Hey everyone, this is Harsh Bhardwaj. Welcome back to another video by Simplilearn. In this session, we are going to learn about C++ GUI, that is Graphical User Interface, and how to configure Visual Studio and make a GUI application. So without further ado, let's get started. To develop C++ GUI or C++ Graphical User Interface apps, we must have an IDE that supports C++ GUI applications. And Visual Studio is one of the best IDE for that. Here IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. There are many versions of Visual Studio for GUI apps, but I suggest you to download Visual Studio 2019. There are 3 editions of Visual Studio 2019, that is Community, Professional and Enterprise. We can download the Community edition. Once the Visual Studio is downloaded and installed, then you need to launch this application. After that, you can select the color theme and change the development settings to Visual C++. Then the Visual Studio will look like this. Then here we will click on this Create a New Project. And now we have to search for a project template named CLR Empty Project.NET Framework. So we'll type CLR Empty Project.NET Framework. Here it is. Make sure that there is .NET Framework over here. Now all we have to do is to click on this and select Next. Now here we can name our project. Let's say I have named it Project 2, and we can select the location, and now we can click on this Create button. Now our project is being created. So here it is. So now let's create a form file by going to the project, then add item, add new item. Now here Visual C++, under Visual C++ we'll click on UI and then Windows Form. We'll click on this Windows Form and click on this add button. So our file is loading. So it will show you this error, but you don't need to worry about this one. You can simply close it. Now we will go to project, then into properties. Then now we'll click on this linker, open this linker. Now we'll go to this system. Then inside this subsystem over here, we'll select Windows. Here it is. Now after doing this, then we go to advanced, and in advanced we can change this entry point to main. We'll write main main. This main is the starting function. Now we can press OK over here. Now you need to open this myform.cpp. Here it is, and you have to copy this code and just paste it over here. We will add this code in the description. You can take this code from there and add it. Now make sure to write your project name over here. Like my project name is Project 2, so I'll write Project 2. Yes. So after doing this, we can save it by pressing Ctrl and S, and now we can go to myform.h. Here we can see there is no form, so we need to save it and close this Visual Studio once. Now we need to open the Visual Studio again. We'll go over here, we'll write Visual Studio 2019. Here it is. We'll click on this, and this is launching. We can click on this Project 2. Now let's go to myform.h. We'll click on this. It is getting loaded. Here we can see the form. Earlier we were only able to see the code, but now we can see this form. Now we can check this by running it by clicking on this local Windows debugger button. We'll click on that and let's see if it is running or not. It will take some time. So here it is running properly. As you can see, this is my form and this is ready to use. So the debugging is going on. So if we have to close the debugging or stop the debugging, we can click on this cross button. So the debugging is closed now and we have verified that the form is running correctly. We can also add some buttons and labels to this form like this. We can click on this toolbox, then we can select this button and we can click this over here. So this is our button and we can select some more labels. Alright, we can click on this toolbox again and select another button like this over here, and now we can select a label, let's say, and click over here, and we can also adjust the size of these buttons like this, and like this we can adjust the size, and this is the label. We have to adjust its size by setting its format. We can do it by clicking on this label and going to properties. Over here we can see, as you have clicked on the label, so we can see the text, that is label 1. Here we can see text label 1. So it is this text which is written. We can change this one by clicking on this. We can select hello there. We can write like this and it will be shown over this side. Now we must click the label first, then only we can access the button or label. So now let's say this is the font, so we can click on this font and adjust this. Here it is. Let's say I have adjusted it to 18 size and made it bold. Now we can click this OK over this side. So here we can see hello there, it is bold now. Similarly we can do this for button as well. As we have clicked on this button, as you can see, now I can go to this properties. Now inside this properties there is text, that is button 1. We can see, we can change this, like we can write click here, and we can also adjust its font. Here it is, let's say 12 and bold oblique. We click on this OK and here it is, click here. We can adjust it over there. And suppose if we want to delete some button or label or something like that, so we can click on this and right click on this side, and here we can see delete. We'll click on this delete and it will be deleted. There are more options in toolbox, like there is text box, list box, list view, picture box, checkbox, etc. We can select as per our choice, and we can adjust its layout or editing by going to the properties column. So now let's make a calculator program. So for that we have to create a calculator layout. So let's just delete all these, delete this one, and we'll delete this one as well. Now we'll go to the toolbox and select a text box. We can search it over here, text box. Here it is. We can click on that and put it over here, Here it is. We have to adjust its formatting. So we'll go to properties and we'll go to font and click on this font. Now let's say adjust it to 22 and make it bold oblique. Yes. Now we'll click on this OK, and we have to create another one. So instead of doing this all, we can copy this one, and to copy this we can go to this side and right click over here, and we can click on this copy, and then we can paste it. Here it is, because we have to enter two numbers, and for that we need to have two text boxes for a calculator. Alright, now in between we can mention the operation or operator whatsoever. For that we have to select the label, and we'll go to toolbox, and here it is, text box, but we have to select label. Alright, label. We'll click on this label and put it over here. Now we have to adjust it. Now here we will write, let's say its font would be 20 and it would be bold oblique. It will look nice. Then click on OK. Now we have to adjust what is written inside it. So we can go to text and click on this label 1. Now we can write operator, but it would be so long, so we can write OP, that means operator. Alright, it gives the idea about the operator. We have to adjust it a bit. Alright, here it is. And okay, now we have to create a buttons for addition, subtraction, multiplication. So we'll go to toolbox, and now we'll search for buttons. We'll click on button and put it over here, and now we'll adjust it by going to properties and going to fonts. Let's adjust it to 22 and make it bold. Now we'll click on OK. And now we have to change the label of it. First of all, let's select its layout like this. It would be big. Now we'll go to properties and we'll go to text, and we'll make an addition sign over here, and now we'll click on this. So here we can see. So now we'll copy this button to create the next 3 buttons. So click on this copy and paste it. We'll do this for the other 2 as well, and we'll change the text by going to properties later onwards. Here it is. So first will be addition, then here let's make it subtraction. We'll go into properties, we'll click on this properties. Now let's make this text as minus. Alright, now we can also change the color of this text. Let's say we can make this color. Here it is, blue in color. Now we'll change this one. We'll go to properties and make this as sign of multiplication, but we'll press X so that it'll look nice. Alright, now this one we'll go to properties and change this to division sign, and we can change this one as well. It will look nice. Let's make it this similar color to the subtraction. Alright, here it is. Here are 4 buttons: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Now we have to display the result as well, so we'll go to toolbox and we'll search for label. We'll click on this label and put it over here. Alright, let's make it like this, and let's put it over this side. It will look nice over here. Properties, now we have to adjust it. Let's make it 22, bold oblique. Okay, here is our result, and let's name it as result as well. We'll go to text. Here it is, label 2 written. We'll write result. Now whatsoever operation is done, its result or output is displayed over this side. Now all we need to do is to add the functionality to these buttons. So let's do that. We'll click on this 2 times on this button, and the button name, actual name of that button is button 1. So here it is. So this part is for button 1, and we know that button 1 is addition, so we need to do addition over here. So let's start. First of all, we'll have to declare a variable int result or output or answer, whatsoever we want. Let's write output. Now to add those, we need the names of those 2 text boxes. So we'll go to format design, and we need these names, both of these text box names. So we'll click on this first, and we'll go to properties. So here it is, text box 1, we can see, and we click on this and properties. This is text box 2, and this is similarly, this is button 1, button 2, button 3, button 4. We can check this by going to properties and by clicking them and going to properties. So this is text box 1 and this is text box 2. So now we know the names. Now all we have to do is to write text box where B is capital. We have to write the exact name. We can check it over here that this is text box. We can check the spelling. This is text box 2, this is label 1, this is button 1, this is button 2. We can check the spellings from there. Now we have to use the arrow operator. We'll write like this. This is the arrow operator. This will give us the access to the members of the object. Alright, so we have to change the text. So we'll write text with T capital. Alright, now we have to add the text box 2. And we'll do it same. We'll write this arrow operator and text. Now this addition which we have written over here is wrong, because we are actually adding the strings. As we can see, when we type any number over here, it is a string, and same goes for this part. So we have to convert it. First we will convert both of these text to integer, and then we will again convert the result into string, because we have to display it over here, and for that we need a string. So then again we have to convert it to the string, and let's do it. So what we gonna do is we'll write system, then this scope resolution operator, convert, again scope resolution inverter operator, to int 16. I must be capital, keep in mind, to int 16. Alright, now here we'll write text box with B capital and then this arrow operator, and we'll write text. Alright, after that sign of addition. Again we'll do the same, system scope resolution operator, convert scope resolution operator to int 16 and text box 2. Here we have to write text box 2, arrow operator, text. Alright, here is the addition part. Now we have to display the result. Now to do that, first check the name of the result. Like this is the result. We'll click on this and go to properties. Its name is label 2. So we have to make the changes into label 2. We'll go to this form H. Now we'll have to change the text, that is we have to change the result that is written into the output. So for that we will write label 2, which is the name, then this arrow operator. After that we'll write text because we have to change it, and then we'll write system scope resolution operator, convert scope resolution operator to string, because we have to display the output into string, as I have already told you. Alright, now over here we have to write output, this output. Okay, so let's check if it is working or not. We'll go to local Windows debugger and click on this. Hope it works. Here it is, my form. So let's try to add, let's say 5 plus 9, and we'll click on this add button. 14, and we know that 5 plus 9 equal to 14, so it is working fine, we can see. And now we have to do this for all the buttons, that is subtraction, multiplication and division. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's first close this debugging. We have stopped the debugging and we'll go to this. Now we have to do that for the next 3 buttons. So we'll, alright, now we'll click on this subtraction button 2 times. Here we can see now the code is same for all of these, and so we can copy the code from here, and we have just copied it and we'll paste it, and we'll make the changes in the sign. Like I have used here minus sign for the subtraction, and the rest is good. Yeah, alright, now we'll do it for the next one, that is multiplication. I'll double click on that, and here it is. We'll copy the code from here and paste it. We'll change the sign, the subtraction, not the multiplication sign. This is the multiplication sign, And now the next one, that is division. Here we go. We'll again select, copy and paste. Let's change the sign of this as well. Okay, as we have done the changes, so let's save it by pressing Ctrl and S, and it is saved. Now let's try to run this. Hope it works. We'll click on this local Windows debugger. It usually takes some time, and here it is. So let's try now. 5 plus 6, let's do this first of all, addition. 11. Now we'll do 20 minus 6, so we'll click on this minus, and 20 minus 6 equals to 14. That's right. And now we'll do 20 into 3, that is 60. We'll click on this multiply sign. 20 into 3, that is 60. It is right. Now let's say 15 and 3, yeah. We'll click on divide, and this is 5. So all of our buttons is working fine. So this is how we can create a calculator in Visual Studio 2019. You can also create this calculator program in your PC. All you need to do is to download Visual Studio 2019 and install it, and you can follow the steps and you can create this calculator application. And with that, we have come to the end of this tutorial. If you like this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up. I hope it really helped you all. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and keep learning.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.